Good morning, television family. We're back. It is Thursday, 15th day of August, 2024. Oh, it's the 15th. It's payday. Hey, payday. I don't know. I'm $47 richer now than I was yesterday at this time. Dan Koontz, your host. Tad Hazy, as you can see behind me, 64 degrees. One big weather story we're going to touch on when we get to the forecast. Saturday night, we have a better than 50-50 chance of a thunderstorm and the associated rain. They have changed the forecast a little bit. They were thinking hit and miss maybe Saturday night for some rain. Now they're saying, hey, it may happen. Weather forecast is coming up. News, a lot of news. Usually August is pretty quiet in the news department. That has not been the case at all this year, and certainly not this week. And of course, the Wenatchee Apple Sox win the West Coast League's Northern Division Championship, 1-0 over Bellingham in a thrilling, exciting, nerve-wracking game in front of a packed house at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Our cameras were there. We'll have highlights. They will play for the championship tomorrow night in the Rose City against the Portland Pickles. That's exciting stuff. Speaking of exciting, next week is the annual STEM Summit. That's put on every year by the North Central Educational Services District. This is when all the teachers and educators, administrators, and members of the general public gather for 3 days at the Wenatchee Convention Center to learn about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, so the teachers can start the upcoming school year ready to go. Pete Phillips from the NCESD will be joining me. Our good friend Dr. Sue Kane from the NCW Tech Alliance will be one of the presenters. You'll hear from Pete and Sue in the back half of the program. 2 minutes after the hour. Let's go. We got a lot of stuff to get to. Our cameras around the valley. We've got some pretty good shots for you today. Pretty much the same as yesterday, just like it has been. The closer you get to the Pioneer Fire, the hazier the clouds are, but it's really not too bad. We hit 84, by the way, yesterday. Kind of comfortable. We're going to be warmer than that, by the way, today. We can't rule out even a light thunderstorm today. This system is going to move into the area from the southwest this afternoon and into tonight. If anything that might be interesting tonight is going to be a little windy, but we'll really keep an eye again on Saturday night. Let's head on up to, or out, I should say, to Ephrata, the seat of Grant County. Good morning, Ephrata. That's a beautiful camera, and that's a lot of real estate that camera can take in. That is high above Ephrata, Washington. I missed the racetrack at Ephrata because it didn't have any walls. It was kind of cool. Let's, next up on our agenda, we're going to head on up to Lake Wenatchee. They continue to pull salmon out in record numbers at Lake Wenatchee. Best season anybody can remember for salmon fishing at the top of Lake Wenatchee. They're all over Lake Wenatchee, but they usually gather right at the top where they work their way up the Little Wenatchee or the White River. And the anglers are having a field day up there at Lake Wenatchee, and there's still fish to be had. I can tell you that much. And this is a cool view from our Upper Butte camera. This is the camera that's on the very top of the Chelan Butte, but we have it pointed due east towards Waterville. So we're not going to look at Chelan, we're going to look at the Waterville Plateau. Again, this is the Butte camera. If we turned it to the left about 75, 80 degrees, you would see pretty much all of Chelan proper in the Chelan Valley. But instead, we say good morning to Waterville. Of course, the NCW Fair is next week in Waterville, the biggest event of the year there. And it looks like maybe a little haze way up top in the Waterville Plateau. That's a cool view there. 2 slides to show for you. This one is kind of a repeat of what we showed you yesterday. This is showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon through tomorrow night. And again, probably not going to happen here in the Wenatchee Valley. But if you are going to be up north in the Medhow Valley or in the Okanagan Valley, your chance of maybe getting a pop-up shower or a thunderstorm increases. Rain on the Pioneer Fire would be a nice thing to have without the associated lightning or wind. That's this afternoon and tonight. The big thing we're keeping an eye on is Saturday night. This wave is moved a little bit, and now they tell us that this shortwave system is going to bring us a pretty good chance, a 50 to 70% chance of showers and about a 30% chance of thunderstorms right here in the Wenatchee Valley. When was the last time we had a thunderstorm? We need the rain, and thunder we can use. Lightning is not good, but yeah, there's a chance for a pretty active weather on Saturday night right on into early on Sunday morning, and you can see where it's going to be affecting basically the east slope of the Cascades, our area up in the Waterville Plateau, Okanagan, Medhow. We shall see, but that chance of a thunderstorm or some much needed rain is better than 50% now on Saturday night. Your details look something like this from the National Weather Service. Mostly sunny, a slight chance of a very late afternoon thunderstorm, like 7 or so. I don't think it's going to happen. 89, our forecast high, so it is going to be warmer than yesterday. A little unsettled tonight as this wave really begins to move in. The big story tonight is going to be the wind. It'll be picking up in intensity. It'll be about 15 miles an hour out of the northwest, but I think we should be dry. 62 for the overnight low. Friday, between systems, lots of sunshine, high of about 85. Saturday, most of the day, lots of sunshine and a high near 90. The deeper we get into the day on Saturday is when the weather is really going to get active, and as we already mentioned, on Saturday night, showers, a distinct possibility. Thunderstorms, possibly as well. The chance of rain is 60%. The chance of a thunderstorm is about, this is Saturday night now, rain about 60%, thunderstorm about 30% on Saturday night, and then we calm down and continue on with typical August weather Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. At your forecast, after a quick break, we'll let you know what's going on around the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington. Turns out there's a lot. The news is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Enjoy the sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa. Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for this summer. Call today to schedule a free consultation for a custom San Juan fiberglass pool. And let the experts at Blue Lagoon handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your boring backyard into vacation paradise this summer with industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
What once was old now is new to the NCW Life channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCW Life channel, your local TV station.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Outside of some light haze, sunshine pretty much for everybody. We're at 64 degrees. We'll be close to 90 today. All things considered, pretty quiet today, Friday, but again, as we already mentioned, Saturday night, the weather could be quite active. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A Wenatchee man is charged with kidnapping and other felonies for allegedly inviting a 12-year-old girl into his car and then refusing to let her get out. Chelan County prosecutors filed charges Tuesday against 41-year-old Omar Christopher Harding. Those charges include second-degree kidnapping and assault. Wenatchee police say on August 4th, Harding offered the girl a ride, then took her phone away and held a box cutter knife to her neck. She took the knife away and stabbed Harding in the leg, according to the police, and they say the girl's story was supported by a wound to Harding's leg, as well as a video she took from inside the car. Harding remains held in the Chelan County Jail on $500,000 bond. Investigators have completed their lengthy review of the force used by 4 Wenatchee Valley police officers who subdued an armed suspect last year. You remember this. Troy McMaster of East Wenatchee shot multiple times through both legs in a confrontation with police on the Eastmont Avenue extension after firing gunshots at the Wenatchee Veterans Clinic building and then refusing to disarm himself. Those are the police officers or law enforcement officers who wounded McMaster. Chelan County Sheriff's Sergeants Adam Musgrove and Brian Lewis, Chelan County Deputy Andrew Tilton, and Wenatchee Police Officer Eric Magnuson. The shooting is being probed by the NCW Special Investigations Unit. They review police gunfire incidents. And now it's up to Douglas County Prosecutor Gordon Edgar, who has to decide whether to charge the officers criminally. McMaster, who was suffering from a mental health crisis at the time, pled guilty to malicious mischief and firearms charges. A Wenatchee driver has allegedly admitted to striking and injuring a bicyclist with his car last weekend. Wenatchee police said yesterday that they have arrested Nafali Ponce Contreras, 55 years old, on suspicion of hit and run. He allegedly struck the cyclist at about 5:30 in the afternoon on Saturday at the intersection of Ferry and South Wenatchee Avenue. A Ballard ambulance crew saw the collision happen, saw the vehicle flee, and was on hand to help the cyclist, who suffered minor injuries. Police say they recovered a video which showed the accident, and they traced the 2005 Accord to Ponce. They arrested him at about 10 a.m. yesterday at his home address. Police say he confessed to striking the bicyclist and leaving the scene. He was booked into the Chelan County Jail on pending charges. A man accused of firing gunshots outside a Leavenworth concert venue faces criminal charges. He's also undergoing mental health treatment. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say the 60-year-old Wenatchee man tried to get on stage during a July 27th outdoor concert at the Sleeping Lady Mountain Resort, then retrieved a rifle from his truck and fired 3 shots into the air into the venue's parking lot and then driving away. The man then drove to the Leavenworth Fire Station. Deputies arrested him there without incident and said he appeared to be suffering from a mental health crisis. He's cited with 5 misdemeanors, including discharging a firearm, displaying a weapon, and carrying a loaded firearm in a vehicle. Chelan County District Court documents show the suspect was released shortly after his arrest. He is now in psychiatric care. His next court date is September 23rd. Search and rescue agencies in Okanagan County took to the skies in their search for a missing Wakanda woman. That is her, 77-year-old Lucy Burns. She has been unaccounted for since she took her 2 dogs for a walk. This was on Saturday near Grouse Springs Road. The Okanagan County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday brought in helicopter support to search for Burns in the area of Torota Creek. Deputies say one of Burns's dogs, a yellow lab, actually returned home on Tuesday, but searchers so far have found no sign of the missing woman or the other dog. Burns was the subject of a silver alert issued Sunday by the Washington State Patrol. If you see her, call 911. Work on Wenatchee High School's new varsity softball field is now expected to continue into September. Project manager Rob Gross gave an update to the Wenatchee School Board during a budget meeting on Tuesday on the status of the construction. It was originally slated to be finished by the end of this month. Gross said currently the plan is to have the turf installed by the end of this month, and that'll allow the players to practice on the field once Labor Day comes and goes. In the meantime, they're going to continue to work around the facility. Other work this month includes the completion of the interior framing. They're going to put light poles up, both for the field and in the parking lots. The field, of course, resolves a Title IX complaint against the district. They started building the new field back in April. And Rivercom, our emergency dispatch agency here in the Wenatchee Valley, has officially added a phone tree to its non-emergency line. This is good news. The organization on Facebook yesterday morning said this is the change. Starting today, callers not seeking emergency help will be greeted by a phone tree of menu options, both in English and in Spanish. Among the menu options, you can file a report with Rivercom. You can get to a specific agency or records department. You can contact the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society or the Washington State Patrol. Of course, if you are having an emergency, you still need to call or text Rivercom's 911 line. And that is the news on a very, very busy Thursday. Another newscast tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. We think it's important that you know what's going on around here and People watch the news. We have discovered that. 5, 6, and 10, again on television. If you have a smart TV, and they're pretty cool, I got one, and who's kidding who, they're pretty nice. Or you just peruse the web to get your news. Our newscast with Grant and Eric up and running right around 5 o'clock in the afternoon on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. We have an app. We have all kinds of things. We even have a song in our heart. We have an app, and if you haven't downloaded it yet, there's a QR code right there, and if something out there you think is newsworthy, please get a hold of us. We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Mariners, Apple Sox, yeah, baby. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Check out ClubProCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
"18 minutes after the hour, sports, another great Brian Wu outing, spoiled by something that Mariner fans have gotten used to. The Mariners can't score any runs. And, well, they lost. They lost to the Tigers 3-2. It was a come-from-behind victory by Detroit. It took them 10 innings to do it. Brian Wu allowed 4 base hits and didn't walk a batter in 7 scoreless innings.
Here goes the slider.
2-2, chopper back to the mound. Wu reaches up, makes the catch, and throws him out. Nice play.
That was very athletic.
Get to September, make it happen. You got to win some games here. There you go, line drive, get down. It does. Timo's going to score easily. Jorge Polanco gives the Mariners a 1-0 lead. Solid stroke to the gap in left center field. Polo with his 31st run batted in and a big 2-out knock.
Here's Haniger. Runner goes, throw down to second, is whipped there and out. Oh man, Rogers, what a throw.
Sidearm, and he doesn't have a challenge. Scott Service is saying, are you kidding me?
Jake Rogers with an absolutely nasty arm slot.
A pitch in the dirt.
Ooh. Thanks for using your challenge. So now you get a third at bat for the left-hander Rojas against the lefty Salmons. And this is Urshela again. Wow. Oh, what a tough catch.
He dropped it.
That is a beautiful play by.
There it is, little number. That might work. Victor drops down. Victor scores, everybody up 90 feet. RBI single. Julio Rodriguez and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. Boy, that's some fortitude right there. There's some guts.
He's going to jam him. Pitch in off the plate. He's so strong, he's able to fight it off and find some outfield grass.
Robles scores. Mariners have a 2-0 lead.
Carey gives it a ride. Deep right field. This is a brand new ball game. Bombs away again from Carey Carpenter.
They kept coming at him all night long. One too many.
And he hooked a big one.
Tried to go up in the zone, left it down, and he connected.
Boy, did he ever. Akil hits it well. Right center field. Robles on the run. It's over his head. Here comes Parker. And the Tigers capsize the Mariners.
He smoked that. He knew it right away there.
Don't you know? It's Akil Baddoo up again from AAA.
The teams finished their 3-game series this morning. It's a 10-10. First pitch, Seattle will go with Bryce Miller. It's another Tigers bullpen game. They only have 2 healthy starting pitchers, Detroit does, so they've been having to use their bullpen to get to 9 innings over the last couple of weeks. All right, to the AL West scoreboard from our friends at Les Schwab. The Astros won it. Look at all the extra inning games. But the Astros won again, 8 in a row now. For Houston, and the Mariners are now 2.5 games behind the Astros. In the AL West, another extra inning game. The Rangers knocked off the Red Sox. The Blue Jays swept by the Angels. And the Mets crushed the Athletics. All right, the Wenatchee Apple Sox did it. They beat the Bellingham Bells 1-0 last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. They clinched their first division championship since 2013. Evan Canfield tossing 7 shutout innings. Max Hartman doubled in Wenatchee's only run in the third. The Apple Sox winning all 3 postseason home games this week, including 3 consecutive elimination games. Eric Granstrom and Brandon Schmitten had the call right here on the NCW Life channel.
2 home runs back-to-back on Sunday and on Monday. Well, and he'll bunt this one. Popped it up over the top of the pitcher, and the throw across, no throw.
Love it. Gotta love it. I'm looking for his prototypical double and to the Pepsi sign out there in right center field.
We'll go for that. Pitch swung on and a fly ball deep to left center field. I don't think anybody's going to get to that one. In fact, it's off the base of the fence on the 12 Tribe Casino line out there. Rounding third and heading for home. Scoring on the play will be the Apple Sox, Cam Hoyland. He'll pump a fist. He'll head to the dugout. Get some high fives from his teammates. Apple Sox lead at 1-0. I got another name. Got another name for you for that bug I was talking about earlier. Curveball swung on, and this one is going to tie the game, I believe. Left fielder back, and he'll.
Oh, he caught it.
And he caught it. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Cam Hoyland, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That was over the fence. Hoyland timed it perfectly. I think he's about to have a heart attack out there.
He is. Oh, man, what a catch.
It all comes down to this pitch right here. Does the game get extended, or is it over right now? The pitch by Busic. Swung on and missed. Beautiful curveball.
Listen to the crowd. Oh, my gosh. What an exciting game, huh, Eric?
Don't need to say a word. And the way the season has been between these 2 teams, how appropriate that it's a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah.
They had two games of Bellingham. 1-0. 1-0. Bellingham won both of those.
Yeah.
Now here tonight, Wenatchee wins a 1-0 contest.
To break the tie for the season as well, right? Now puts us at 4-3.
So the Apple Sox will advance to the West Coast League Championship.
It was a very exciting game. After the game, Eric had a chance to visit with Evan Canfield, Cam Hoyland, and the head coach, Mitch Darlington.
Evan Canfield joining us here, who started the game. First of all, let's go back to Mitch coming to you and saying, hey, I want you to start for that championship.
I got a text this morning and last night just to confirm I was good to go, and of course can't shine away from a moment like that.
Talk about this game, and did you know going in after you got the 6 games you played against each other, it was either a 1-0 game or a high-scoring game? Did you know this was going to be tight no matter what?
I figured it'd be tight. They had a good guy on the mound out of sacks, and then I have a lot of trust in myself, so a lot of zeros on the board, but thankfully we got the one.
So first inning had a little bit of control issues, but after that you came out and you really looked like you depended on your curveball. You were throwing that for a strike, it seemed like, almost every time you wanted to.
Yeah, I just had to get my feet wet a little bit. You know, pounding the strike zone with whatever pitch I can, whatever feels most comfortable, and curveball, slider happened to be the pitch, and it got the job done.
Congratulations on the win. Tell me about this game just overall for you and your level of excitement about winning the North Division title.
Thank you. Yeah, it was everything. Being able to go to the championship for my first time and for Mitch Darlington's first time as well is pretty awesome. And being able to have an impact on today's game it's an amazing feeling.
Okay, now let's talk about that bunt. Did you plan that? Is that in your arsenal where you bunt it over the pitcher's head?
That wasn't in my arsenal, but I saw a curveball and I stayed back on it just enough to get it in play, and luckily it worked out for me.
Talk about scoring that run for Wenatchee. As it turns out, it's the only run on the night. You know, you expect to maybe have a little more offense, but a game like this against these guys, you're kind of used to that by now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Last time we played in Bellingham, it was a one-run game 3 times. So being able to score a run early and even playing small ball in just the 3rd inning was huge for us, and being able to just produce runs.
Let's talk about that catch. Okay, 6th inning. It's a 1-0 ball game. You guys are clinging to it. You get a guy that hits a ball that I said soon as it was off the bat. I said, well, we got to tie a game. Somehow, walk me through that. What happened out there?
I had a weird gut feeling that he was due for one, and so I backed up a few steps and I saw it off the bat, and I made sure to get to the wall before the ball did, and I just had to time it perfectly, and I did.
Now, after you make that catch, you throw the ball back into the infield. You slumped down and put your hands on your knees. Was that, almost a heart attack happening there, or what happened?
I tied my shoes. I realized after that I should have taken in the moment, but I wanted to tie my shoe, and I should have just. I looked at the crowd momentarily, and I was like, "Oh, my shoe's untied," so I went to tie it.
Okay. Now we're gonna call you Laces from now on. Okay.
Sounds good.
3-hitter tonight for your pitching staff, and I'll tell you what, it was high drama, but they came through for you tonight, Mitch Darlington.
Yeah. Credit to Evan Canfield going on short rest. He had tried to close the game Saturday at Nanaimo. Came out here and gives us 7 scoreless, man. Again, another 3-year apple sock, a guy that bleeds for this team and knows what we're all about, and he came out there and got it done. And then Bougie Chick at the end, man, had a quick 8th, obviously got into some trouble in the 9th and had to settle in and found a way to grit it out, so credit to him.
What are your thoughts going through your head as they got 2 on and 2 outs, and this crowd is going insane? Are you nervous? Are you tight in your gut? What's going on with you?
Yeah, we're just kind of sitting there and weighing every option. We had Joe Thornton hot in the bullpen. We're thinking about Kanoa Morisaki, pulling him from short to come pitch. And honestly, just talking out loud, talking with pitchers on our staff, and hey, who do you like here? What do you think? And once he got that second out, that fly ball, we kind of thought, yeah, it's going to be his to lose. And he went out there and he got that last out, a huge punch out, and credit to him. He hasn't even stepped a foot on campus yet. Incoming freshman to UW, 18 or 19 years old. So one of the biggest games he's ever going to pitch in, and he got it done.
How's this feel for you to be going to your first chance at a championship on Friday?
It honestly hasn't even set in. I just wanted to get this one done today in front of our fans, in front of a great crowd. Credit to all our fans for coming out, supporting us all season. Special. I can't even describe it, man. When I took this job, I've told a million people this, but I had memories just like this, sitting here watching Nags coach teams that were going to titles, and when they hired me, I thought, I got to get this back. I got to get Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball back to what it is, and we're heading there. We're coming for them.
Yep, they are. The Apple Sox advance. They'll take on the Portland Pickles tomorrow night, 6:35 at Walker Stadium in Portland. Wenatchee is looking to earn its 7th league championship and 6th West Coast League title, but it's been a few years, as Mitch already mentioned. Now, we are endeavoring We are working with the West Coast League office to broadcast the game. Technically, we have the capability, but where you got to work, we got to get some stuff done. So stay close to our website and our Facebook page for updates. But hopefully, we will have that game for you tomorrow night at 6:35. Go Apple Sox! And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At the bottom of the hour, 7 obscure holidays you can celebrate today. It is Mother's Day in Costa Rica. It is Liechtenstein National Day. It is Constitution Day in Equatorial Guinea. It's Independence Day in the Congo. I looked this up yesterday. The #1 export from the Congo is anger. Didn't know that. It is National Leathercraft Day. It is National Lemon Meringue Pie Day. But today, it's the dog days of August. It's National Relaxation Day. Relaxing makes you more productive in the long run. I got a couple of friends who are pretty close to that just are simply incapable of just relaxing. They can't do it. Relaxation is good for you. 64% of people who meditate were able to lower their blood pressure to the point that if they were on blood pressure medication, they could be off them. Meditation works. Relaxation leads to better mental health. We all know that. It helps improve your memory. It helps improve your mood. It helps improve your immune system. And you actually are more productive because if you get through a nice relaxing period, whatever it is that makes you relax and tone down and chill out, when you go back to whatever it is you were doing, you are more productive. So today is the day where you just relax. Or in my case, shave, because I'm starting to grow a beard. Today in history, 85 years ago today at Grauman's Chinese Theater in Los Angeles, California, August 15th, 1939, The Wizard of Oz makes its world premiere. Ironically enough, in its original theatrical run, The Wizard of Oz didn't make a profit for MGM. It was incredibly expensive to make. One of the most expensive movies of all time to make back in 1939. But then they would re-release it to theaters about every 5 or 6 years, and then television broadcasts. That was a huge thing when I was a kid, back in the 70s and into the early 80s. CBS had the television rights to The Wizard of Oz, and they would air it one time a year, and it was like a big event. Everybody watched it. So between putting it back in the movie theaters and television broadcasts and home videos and home sales, you combine all of those things, The Wizard of Oz is the most watched movie in motion picture history. And it makes sense. I don't know anybody who hasn't seen The Wizard of Oz, 85 years old today. 3 significant events in the history of rock and roll. August 15th, 1962, 62 years ago today, they had decided the day before to fire Pete Best as their drummer. Of course, that means they needed a new drummer, and they wanted their friend Ringo Starr. They had played with Ringo in Hamburg as a fill-in. They liked Ringo. They thought he'd be a perfect fit. He's an excellent drummer. So John Lennon and Paul McCartney drive from Liverpool to Skegness on this date because that's where Rory Storm and the Hurricanes were playing. That's where Ringo was. They pulled Ringo aside and said, "We fired Pete Best. We want you to be our new drummer." And Ringo said, I get $20 a week as the drummer for Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. And John and Paul said, I'll tell you what, we'll give you $25 a week. Oh, and by the way, we have a record contract. We're going to make records. And Ringo shaved off his beard, got a Beatle haircut, signed on the dotted line. And Ringo Starr joined the Beatles to put all the pieces together 62 years ago today. Speaking of the Beatles, 60,000 people crammed Shea Stadium Sunday night, August 15th, 1965. Stadium rock and roll is born. The Beatles at Shea Stadium. They couldn't hear each other. Fold-back speakers, those are the speakers on the front of the stage that face the band, those weren't invented in 1965. The actual performance probably wasn't very good because the Beatles couldn't hear each other, but who the hell cared? The Beatles were paid $160,000, which equated to $100 for each second they were on stage. They were on stage for about a half an hour. Of course, nobody could hear anything, but That was secondary. The Beatles at Shea Stadium 59 years ago today, and 55 years ago today. The Woodstock Music and Art Fair opens in Bethel, New York, in upstate New York. All the top rock and roll musicians showed up. 200,000 showed up originally. They had tickets. Eventually they would have about 400,000. Most of them did not. Woodstock is 55 years old today. And when you're the dictator of a country, you can do whatever you want to with the time. 9 years ago, August 15, 2015, North Korea moves its clock back half an hour. Half an hour. Not an hour, not forward, back, half an hour. They introduced their very own time in North Korea. It lasted 3 years, and then somebody said, this is stupid. Let's go back to regular time. Insert your own joke here. Let's do some birthdays. One of the most significant figures ever of all time, Napoleon Bonaparte. Born in the state in 1769. Of course, he didn't live very long. He was the undisputed ruler of France by the age of 30. By the time he was 40, he controlled all of continental Europe, all of it. It was all his. Then he was unemployed for a year, and then he came back, and then he went into retirement, and then he died at the age of 51. The fascinating Napoleon Bonaparte. Ben Affleck is 52. I don't think he gets nearly as much respect as he should. He's a great screenwriter. He's got a couple of Academy Awards. Yeah, I think maybe he's made a couple of bad movies, but he's good. Ben Affleck is 52 years old today. And our very own Eric Grandstrom. There he is. That's an old photo. Happy birthday, Eric. Kudos to you. Eric Grandstrom, 65 years old today. Oh. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor. I hope they stay with the program, Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. And don't forget, folks, to check your filters. Check your filters. They work hard. And if you don't want to, they'll do it. Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Coming up, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. The annual North Central Educational Services District STEM Summit is next weekend at the Wenatchee Convention Center. It is all the teachers, and a lot of them all gather for 3 days, so make sure they're ready to tackle the new school year with science, technology, engineering, and math. Pete Phillips and Dr. Sue Kane will join me. But first, Ginger the dog needs a permanent home for the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. It's Pause for Pets.
Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I would like to introduce you to Ginger. Ginger is our, we think about 1.5 years, Kelpie mix. And she is just a wonderful, affectionate girl, and yet we really love her. We've only had her maybe a week, but she has won our hearts. Ginger came to us as a stray, and as usual, we don't know much about her because of that, but we do know that she's really smart. She knows several commands, even stay, which is huge because she's so young. So she learned that one really well, and it's so important. Also, though, because she's so smart, we've noticed she's really good at climbing fences. So we noticed that she does that when we leave her. So she wants to be with you so bad that she tries to follow you any way she can. Yeah, so we just have to be careful putting you alone on turf because you don't like being alone. We think she'd be a really great family dog because she's playful, but she doesn't jump on you. She's not pushy, but she's young and fun and cuddly. She's a nice size dog. She's kind of a small to mid size, and she's not going to get any bigger. We haven't had her that long yet. She's only been up for adoption for a few days, and we think she'll go quick, so don't hesitate to come meet her. But because we haven't had her that long, we don't really know how she does with other dogs. We do know that she hasn't shown any reaction to us walking other dogs by her. But, you know, as always, we recommend that you bring your own dog in to meet a prospective dog, join your family, because everybody has to get along. Also, we have no idea about cats. Because we don't test for that here. And she's a stray, so we don't know. But with people, fantastic. I could not recommend a better dog right now that we have with people. If you would like to come meet Ginger, we are open from Thursday through Tuesday, 12:30 to 6, or you can even make an appointment online for Wednesday if that works better for you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Campfire North Central Washington, serving youth ages 3 to 18. Register today in one of Campfire's programs. Club members meet regularly with volunteer leaders to learn responsibility, sharing, cooperation, and citizenship. When a child is involved in Campfire, they will be actively learning and engaged in activities, encouraged to learn new skills, feel a part of the group, learn to work in a team setting, participate in planning, goal setting, and making lasting memories.
Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, family owned and operated on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to Hooked on Toys. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue uses only fresh ingredients handcrafted with love, including authentic Hawaiian barbecue and Japanese-style ramen noodle soups. And the bubble teas will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy the culinary tour of the Pacific Rim with Hawaiian barbecue lunches and combo plate classics, as well as ramen noodle soups. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Enjoy their comfort food like you're one of the family.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, advertisers, let me tell you this. If you start your radio ad with some fast-talking auction-type guy giving the required legal disclaimer at the beginning of the ad instead of at the end, what I hear is we got something to hide. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. A radio ad that starts with, use of this product may cause arthritis, heartburn, and suddenly death, and that goes on the slower voice that tells you how great their product is. Now, I ain't buying it. No how, no way. If you start your ad with some fast-talking guy with the legal disclaimer at the beginning, I don't think so. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
It is back. It's a must-do for educators and administrators in North Central Washington for the entire NCESD, North Central Educational Services District, which is huge, 30-some-odd school districts. It's the annual STEM Summit. It's the 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Wenatchee Convention Center, 1 week later than normal, but it's on anyway. And here to talk about it, two people who have been on this show any number of times. To my far left is Pete Phillips. He's the Director of Technology for the North Central Educational Services District. And next to me, a lady who used to work in this building, doesn't anymore. Well, that's a long story. Dr. Sue Kane, who, by the way, I don't get to see as much as I used to with your new...
I know, we should fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get caught up, before we get caught up with Pete and talk about the STEM Summit, again, 19th, 20th, and 21st. How you doing? How's the... are you all settled into your new jobs, so to speak?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I keep saying that NCW Tech Alliance is just a great opportunity to extend the work that we were doing and are doing at NCESD in a different way, bigger, but it's an extension nonetheless. So I get to keep a lot of my same colleagues and friends and projects. And
you didn't have much of a learning curve, did you, Dr. Kane?
Oh, I won't say that. My predecessor, Jenny Rojanasatian, had an incredible array of gifts and talents that I am learning how to, and probably will be learning for some time, how to fill those very big shoes. But
So you call Jenny every once in a while?
well, we still have Jenny, thankfully. We still have Jenny as the Director of Entrepreneurship. So yes, frequently.
And your organization is going to be part of one of the contributors to the STEM Summit.
So for the 4th year in a row, NCW Tech Alliance will partner with NCESD and the Apple STEM Network and bring an AI Expo to the last day of the STEM Summit. And this is an opportunity for our business community to join in as well. Our community leaders are invited to join the conference, and we've got an incredible array of speakers and workshop sessions to really introduce artificial intelligence and how that is changing the way that we live and work and play in North Central Washington and everywhere else.
It's intimidating, and for a lot of people, and I'll speak for myself, it's a little scary.
Well, I think the goal for the AI Expo is actually empowerment. So it moves you past that, like, what does this mean for me sort of space into, oh, well, that's pretty neat. I think I could find some use for this. And so we'll focus on some use cases. We've got some speakers coming that'll really highlight some application of AI technology in agriculture and finance and communications and in education, actually. And then some speakers that'll do some hands-on workshops with folks that, if you've got no experience and you want to come and learn and get hands-on with some of the AI tools, we have some really incredible facilitators coming for that.
I'm glad. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around artificial intelligence. This sounds like maybe something I should go to, because it's open to anybody,
that.
right?
You should come. Yeah, definitely. It's open to anybody.
Yeah. Now, the STEM is also open to anybody. If you're a member of the organization, it's free. Your organization is going to pay for it. If you're not, it's $500 and it's very well spent. Pete Phillips is the Director of Technology. STEM is back. If you're an educator within the footprint of the NCESD, you better make plans for the 19th, 20th, and 21st if you haven't already.
We try to make this a one-stop shop for our educators to come and get refreshed, get some new learning, see some new things, and get their practice whipped into shape, ready to go for the new school year, for sure.
Most teachers, they don't let their teaching muscles atrophy in the summer. People, there's an old adage, it's a myth and misconception, they're off to their hammocks. And yeah, they get some downtime, but a lot of teachers don't take advantage of that. They keep their skills honed. They have to.
It's so important, right? Because the speed at which education is changing, specifically in the STEM area and technology, and like we were just talking about with artificial intelligence, you can't take a break. You've got to keep up on this. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about the STEM Summit is we are trying to hit that cutting edge so folks can get new skills and practice and bounce stuff off their fellow educators and be ready to teach new stuff to our kids who are ready for new stuff, right?
Is it easier to acclimate the younger teachers who are just getting into the profession of being an educator into the importance of STEM as opposed to those who are 30 years vested in the program? Do you get some pushback from some of the teachers who might be a little more entrenched in the way they do things?
Well, I think we see that with technology, right? I think one of the examples that we often talk about is we have this younger generation who's not afraid to click, right? They'll click 10 times before they know where they're going, right? Because they just want to try and get down the road, where other people are a little more hesitant. So it's so nice to get different points of view by bringing educators together. We have pushing 400 educators coming for the 3 days at the convention center. So great chance for people to learn from the experienced and to build their repertoire as they network at this event.
You have brought in 3 significant folks to be your keynote speakers, and I'll let both of you talk about this. Dr. Williams, Dr. Jennifer Williams will be speaking, Dr. Caitlin Tucker coming in from Louisville, and Tana Peterman, all of them experts in their individual fields. These people are like top-notch folks that you're bringing in from all over the country to be the keynote speaker.
These keynotes are amazing. We're super fortunate to have all 3 of them. Each morning kicks off with a keynote, and then those keynotes follow up all day with some sessions. But our keynotes this year, they're published, they're in higher ed, they are leading the cause in STEM education, specifically around math and science, and then our 3rd one with Washington STEM, leader in the state of promoting STEM education. So we're super excited. And it definitely makes the conference more robust by having this level of keynotes kicking us off.
If you go to the website, the NCESD website, it's right there, and you can look at the schedule and everything. You can do breakout groups, you can do individual things that will help you as a professional increase your skills. There's all kinds of different options that teachers and other people as well can engage themselves in.
Yeah, it's a hands-on workshop, right, for all 3 days. So teachers are going to come and they're going to take away, as Sue and I talk about, there's a huge ROI here for folks to come and take something back with them in their bag that they can start day 1 in a couple weeks with their kids. And we have threads that run through all 3 days, but really excited just about the artificial intelligence that's on the tip of the tongue for everybody. And then having the Tech Alliance just be a part all week long, but specifically on Wednesday, and bringing the community together. So at that point, we bring our educators and our business people together to learn about AI, and it's going to be a great afternoon.
The Tech Alliance is almost like, well, I like to call it the center of the hourglass. We have this incredible high-speed fiber network courtesy of our public utilities districts, and yet what your organization does, Sue, is be a conduit, really. So we have this here. Here's how we use it correctly, and here's the best way to take the best advantage of it. This is where you guys come in.
Yeah, I really see NCW Tech Alliance as being that champion and that expertise and being able to breathe that portal so that people in our communities have access to that leading edge of technology, even right where they are, and making sure that whether it's connectivity, and you mentioned the broadband infrastructure, the skills or the devices that they need to be able to benefit from it. That's really where we're focused, and being able to partner with our education service district to make sure that our educators have all of those and are ready to benefit from technology is really paramount for our workforce development and for our communities.
Employers want students ready to go, hitting the ground running. Science, technology, engineering, math, those skills can apply to almost any future career, right? Almost any of them. There's not a career that can be based here in North Central Washington that STEM doesn't affect.
We're on the front burner for North Central ESD and for the Tech Alliance, and where we meet in that funnel is around career-connected learning. The whole goal of K-12 is to get these kids ready for the next step, whether that's college, community college, technical trade, or jumping right into the workplace. So Career Connect Learning is where we're trying to be. The STEM Summit focuses our teachers there, K through 12, and the Tech Alliance and their partnership is helping businesses get aligned with these students that are coming out and ready to work.
And a lot of these businesses have forked over big fat checks to make this happen. If you go to the NCESD website and you'll see the sponsors, Microsoft is right on top, but a lot of big heavy hitters, including your organization, because they understand the importance of the STEM Summit. Registration is open now. Again, if you're an educator, it's going to be free. Your organization is going to pay for it. If you're not, it's $500. But there's some things for folks in the general public can get out of this.
100%, yeah.
Sheer curiosity.
Definitely come and learn about what's going on. You know, the AI use that we've pulled in is going to be relevant. As a community leader who's trying to explore what does this mean for me, who's maybe a little bit nervous, you know, being able to address where we will see AI skills as employability skills. To be able to, much like STEM education, AI is going to touch every sector with specific skills that will help you to be, you know, you'll be able to do things that you couldn't previously do. Maybe they weren't even things you could think about doing. And so we'll see another level of being able to grow and serve and do whatever your organization does. So Yeah, come and explore. The other thing is folks are often, you assume that education looks like it did when you left school, right? So my personal charge for the community members who are in attendance is to talk to our teachers and our educators and our administrators who are attending. We very intentionally mix these groups together so that you learn a little bit about what's going on in the classrooms, because it doesn't look like it did when I was in high school or when you were in high school. It's very different, and they are doing some really incredible, innovative, career-connected learning to make sure that youth are ready to take on those STEM and technology roles across the region.
Yeah, there's it's one thing to know AI is out there. If AI is not going anywhere, you might as well utilize it to the best that you can. This is a good, I think I'm actually going to go to this AI part of it.
I do hope you do.
It's 3 days, 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Convention Center. You won't even know there's remodeling going on. Again, if you haven't done so already, teachers and educators who are in the footprint of the North Central Educational Services District, go to the website, get signed up. It ain't going to cost you a dime. Folks will be you'll meet all kinds of cool teachers. One more item, and I can't stress this enough. Last year when we did this, we went down and we did some taping at the actual STEM Summit, and yeah, fun. Yeah. There's some good times. It's not just sober and you got, there's a lot of smiles going on, Pete, and so people are having a good time.
Yeah, it's the place to be. Teachers are really excited to get out of the classroom, ready to kick the year off. So we're looking forward to 3 days with hundreds of folks.
We've got a couple of networking opportunities where people can come and engage and connect with each other too. And I will plug for our educators who are coming, both the STEM Summit, including the AI Expo, comes with teacher clock hours. And that's an important thing too if you're looking for those STEM
clock hours. You got to keep your community, and you got to keep your continuing education credits up and running, or you don't get to teach anymore. And I don't know a teacher in the world who's not passionate about what they do. And we got some good teachers in this whole,
really
whole
good.
NCESD. Everybody from the 15 rural schoolhouse up in Stehekin to the big schools, like in Moses Lake and Wenatchee. It's a passionate group of people.
One of the best up in Stehekin. We'll shout out to Mrs. Lilane up in Stehekin.
Absolutely.
Especially now.
Dr. Kane, it's good to see you. Pete, when are you going to get your PhD so I can call you Dr. Phillips?
Well, I'll let you know when I do. We'll see.
Enjoy retirement, Pete. Just kidding. Don't forget to get signed up, NCESD, the North Central Educational Services District website, and we'll be right back.
Here's your coffee. That'll be $5.
Thanks.
Oh, it's only $5.
Oh, I like paying double.
Why?
I've always paid more.
You wouldn't pay double for coffee. So don't pay double on your heating bill. Cut your heating bills by up to half when you switch to a heat pump or ductless mini split and get cash back from Chelan PUD plus federal tax credits. Learn more at chelanpud.org/save.
Shop talk real quick, if you will indulge me. I was supposed to get a haircut today. I'm like a hippie. Brad, if you're watching, I got to cancel my haircut. I got too much stuff going on. I'll try and be, I'll try and have shorter hair, say by Monday. Just letting you know. And you probably noticed I haven't shaved a couple of days. A couple of long days at the office, and I'm not working on a lot of sleep, and I just didn't have time to hack off the beard this morning. I will be clean shaven tomorrow, I promise you. Thunderstorms Saturday night? Guess what? It's a distinct possibility. The best thing is rain. We got about a 60% chance of rain in the Wenatchee Valley, up in the Waterville Plateau, the Okanagan Valley, the Meadow Valley. They all need rain. We're in a drought. So there's a better than 50% chance of precipitation on Saturday night, and thunderstorms cannot be ruled out. There's going to be a lot of instability in the atmosphere. So there's a good chance of some showers, a slight chance of some thunderstorms in north central Washington on Saturday evening and Saturday night. It's been a long time since we had a good old-fashioned thunderstorm. As long as there's no lightning, I could be happy with that. From the National Weather Service. Pretty quiet today. A slight chance of a little bit of light rain as the next weather system moves into our area today, but it's not going to really affect us. To the north of us, perhaps, high of 89. Overnight low tonight, 62, a little breezy. Friday kind of quiet, 85. 61 for the overnight low on Friday night. Things get interesting late Saturday afternoon, about sunset, about 8 o'clock or so. And then Saturday night, again, rain possible, thunderstorms possible on Saturday night. That's it for us. Have a great Thursday. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.